The French Open ended with an iconic men's singles finale. World number 1 Jannik lost to world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz in a 5-set thriller, the longest in French Open history, breaking all sorts of records. A match that had fans on the edge of their seats. And just a day earlier, Coco Gauff overpowered women's world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in a 3-set nail-biter. And while these epic matches made it a memorable Grand Slam affair, what may linger longer, though, is the wave of criticism directed towards the organizers. Accusations of bias, a conservative approach, and clear signs of prioritizing the men's event over the women's have put Roland Garros under serious scrutiny. Has the French Open lost touch with the times we are living in today? For decades, the French Open has been considered a crown jewel of all slams. The unique clay surface with its slow pace, the high bounce, demands a specific set of skills too. It's an art that one player was able to master till recently, of course, till he retired, Rafael Nadal. And while this year marked the first edition since Nadal's retirement since a while, the tournament began with the buzz surrounding the legendary Spaniard. But that excitement, sense of nostalgia only lasted a couple of days, because what followed was controversy. The biggest flashpoint: no women's singles matches scheduled during prime time night slots for the third year in a row now. Those time slots were reserved exclusively for the men. Even world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka was repeatedly scheduled on court number 1, not the Philippe Chartier. Court 1 is a secondary venue with lesser crowd capacity. Her knockout matches were mostly pushed to afternoon hours, far from peak viewership timings. The reason? Organizers claim they wanted to put better matches in the night slot. That sparked outrage among some of the biggest names in tennis. Here you have the world number 1 playing exceptional tennis for some years now, asking for fair treatment when she shouldn't really have to. Her performances, her rivalry with Iga Świątek, her hunger to win, all have made her the face of women's tennis. There was also a huge uproar over preferential treatment in the men's draw as well. During the quarterfinal match between Lorenzo Musetti and Francis Tiafoe, Musetti kicked a ball that unfortunately struck a female line judge. But he only received a warning for the code violation, allowing him to continue playing. No other punishment was given, because in a similar incident from the 2020 US Open, Novak Djokovic was disqualified from the entire tournament. Clearly, France had its own standards of code violation. They failed to uphold the standard of organizing an event and treating all equally, an important prerequisite for any event. Clearly, in Paris, certain things still seem to be stuck in the past, even though the sport seems to have advanced and made rapid strides forward. While other Grand Slams, for example, have embraced line technology for increased accuracy, Roland Garros still uses traditional line judges who can only be overruled by the chair umpire. Yes, tradition is valuable, but so is progress. And this resistance to adapt when it comes to certain aspects, it's becoming a bit of a pattern and a habit with France in particular. Remember the Paris Olympics last year, billed as the most eco-friendly games ever, and kudos to attempt that. What followed, though, was a series of missteps that was clearly not thought through. Poor nutrition options for athletes who were there at the village, most uncomfortable rooms to stay in. It's one thing to pursue sustainability and the quest for it. It's another to sacrifice players' comfort in the process. What's becoming clear is this: sports in France needs a cultural shift, not just in logistics or planning, but in mindset. A mindset that welcomes change, that respects rising talent and gives sport across all events, categories, the platform it rightly deserves. That's what was missing from the 2025 edition of the French Open. Sure, the Alcaraz-Sinner final will go down in history as one that will define this era for men's tennis. It'll be remembered just as much for all that went wrong too.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.